Checks keep you poor. Sounds counterintuitive. Checks are keeping me poor? What? How? Checks are money, man. What are you saying? But I think it's true. Especially if your checks... Especially if there's a small amount of money on that check. Comparatively. With a smaller sum, you are more likely to think about buying or spending on smaller things. You don't think about spending on bigger, more long-term investments, but rather short-term and small items. And this makes sense because you're seeing a sum on that check, right? And you're like doing calculations of what you can buy with that sum, unconsciously. So like you have $347, random number. You're thinking, when you see that on the check, you're thinking about what you can buy with only $347. You don't really think about what's in your bank. You don't think about, I don't know, like $567. I have no idea. You don't think about the sum in your bank. You don't like add the two together and then think about what you can buy. You more think about what's on that check itself and what you can buy with this. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty obvious, right? Considering the behavior of people after payday. Oh, I got a check. Oh, I feel so good to have money again. What am I going to spend it on now? I think it's pretty obvious that you don't really think about your total sum. Or at least it's much harder to think about it with checks. So if we take this to be true, which I do for sure, how can we counteract it? A, you deposit the check immediately, or just have it automatically done so. I mean, it's pretty easy. B, you can wait a week before spending. Or force yourself, in a way, to lock yourself out of all your buying accounts, spending accounts for a week. And this goes for buying in general, but always have a buying list. You know? Always know what you're looking for and go straight for them. Stores look for ways to keep you inside of them so that they can tempt you to buy more things. Don't give them that. Go into a store, buy what you need, and then get out as fast as you possibly can. C, pursue minimalism. Really think about what you use. Like, if you haven't used something in a week, either sell it or throw it out. Like, why have it? Like, literally, if you haven't used something in a week, throw it out or sell it. You don't need it at all. I would say the upper end of that is, if you haven't used it for 2 weeks, then definitely that is gone. Like, absolutely, that is out. It's taking space and it's taking money. D, remind yourself of the bigger picture. Envision and constantly think about the bigger monetary goal. The house, the yacht, the plane. Okay, maybe those last two are like much more expensive. But always think about a bigger monetary goal. And every check is going towards that goal. Remind yourself. The money that I'm getting today is for my future house, for my future marriage, for that ring. Although, to be honest, I feel like rings are a complete waste of money. But I can't exactly help anything about that. Anyway, E, set your payday for the maximum amount of time or the maximum amount of delay. So, if you can, set your payday to a month or 2 months. I think that is the best. Because when you get paid, then you get the maximum amount of sum on that check. And so this makes you basically doing the opposite as what I said before. This makes you emphasize savings and what you can do with that big amount of sum instead of the little sums. So those are some ways that you can counteract the psychological effect of smaller checks. So I believe smaller checks are keeping you poor. Take the big checks. Both like as in like take the big, better job in terms of more money, and also make your checks appear bigger. I think it'll help you financially.